Hi Scorpio, welcome to your tarot reading for the week of May 3rd through the 9th. I'm Raina. I'm starting over again because there was a really loud train that was aggravating me and I'd already gotten well into this reading, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, so the heart of the matter this week is the Six of Cups. This is such a tender card. This is a card of the soulmate, the past, some sentimentality. I hope I enunciated properly. And so you may have been reminiscing over old times with somebody from your past. I was just talking to my partner and he was remarking that lately he's been dealing with people, kind of touching base with people he hasn't touched base with for a long time, but it hasn't been like 30 years or anything like that. And of course, Mercury went direct in mid-April, but at the time that this period starts for this particular reading, Mercury is out of its shadow. So you may recently have also been kind of like connecting with people from your past. I think this would be particularly a romantic situation though, because I did get the Two of Cups, which I will get to in a little bit. But this can be somebody who you were once connected to romantically, maybe a long time ago. But maybe you've never really fell out of love with that person. This is the soulmate card, so this could be somebody that you've carried a torch for quite a while, but the timing was always off because maybe you ended up marrying somebody else and they did too. I've kind of coined this position, the fly in the ointment card, the challenge position, because there may be something good with the focus card, and then you have this card that comes along. So what is the challenge? Two of Wands. Two of Wands. What is he holding in his hand? A globe. Representing expansion, representing travel. And you may be thinking of relocating, but something is keeping you here. Maybe this person lives in a different country, or they live on an opposite coast, and it's not that easy to just pick up and move. You may have children that are in school. You may have parents that are nearby that you have to look after, or something. A job that, you're not that keen on just quitting, and yet you're madly in love with somebody, maybe for many, many years, and maybe in past lives, because as I say, that could be like a soulmate card. Who knows, maybe even a twin flame. I mean, I don't know if, I think soulmates are a more mellow relationship from what I have gathered thus far, but that's a debate for a different day. Let me just keep going with this. This is the advice, Knight of Cups. So this is an offer that this person is making. Maybe this is your knight in shining armor. And they're offering you what? A cup. What does cups refer to? Love. And just like that, that Six of Cups too. This person may literally be a water sign or have a strong imprint of water. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. The point is that somebody can offer you love, but do you feel deserving of it, Scorpio? Because you have to accept the offer. And let's face it, even when somebody accepts an offer, it doesn't mean that they really embody that deserving part of things. And this is one of the reasons why I emphasize not getting too caught up in predictions, because even if a psychic is reputable, and I don't call myself a psychic, but those who do, and they say, yes, you will meet a tall, dark stranger, and this is going to be the love of your life, are you going to be able to maintain that relationship? It's not just about what's going to happen, but what you're going to do about it, because you can alienate people if you're not careful. And I'm not talking about just Scorpio, anybody. If they, people have love come into their life, I mean real love, and they throw it away because they don't love themselves, and they push it away in whatever way they do. Sometimes it's by cheating. Sometimes it's by not treating that person correctly. And it's all because they don't really feel deserving of love. So that's why I say, do you feel deserving of accepting this offer? So here we have, you know what I just realized? That is a lion. I'm going to have to check that out. That is very bizarre. That's got a lion's face and wings. That is a little interesting. Okay, so this is the card representing what is coming in. Two of Cups. It's either committing to somebody. The Six of Cups doesn't have to be somebody from your past. It may just be somebody who is soulmate material, and you may be deciding to take that chance and commit to them, or this could be a reunion with somebody that you had been estranged from for whatever reason, and now you're back together again. And all you have to do, Scorpio, is look at the fact that there are 3 cups here. So we're definitely dealing with your emotional nature. And this is your nature because you are water. So this is kind of how you roll anyhow. And so I'm seeing this more as a relationship reading than like a love type of a situation than a career reading. And I did pick an additional card because this did not seem like a card of resolution. The outcome, I got the 7 of Wands, and this is a card of defending oneself, standing your ground. Based upon the other cards, this is kind of like an outlier. This seems like it doesn't belong to this reading. However, obviously, I don't know the totality of your life. That, this is a shorter reading than I normally do. I usually have more cards in a spread. And so with the 2 of Wands, we're talking about, that could be a person in your life right now. Maybe it is of the fire element because both of these are wands. So a Leo person for Scorpio is always a safe bet. Aries, Sagittarius. And the thing about it is that this person may be putting up a fight, or they're accusing you of doing something when they have dropped the ball themselves. So let's take the scenario that you are in a relationship with somebody else, and somehow you connected with somebody from your past. And you decide that you are going to reunite with them, and you tell this person who your relationship has deteriorated about it, and they react with accusations that you've been unfaithful, disloyal, whatever. And the point being that you have to decide whether or not you are culpable, whether or not you are to blame, or whether or not it's deeper than that, because the 7 of Wands is about defending yourself. And sometimes we have to do so. Sometimes we're just in a defensive posture because that is something that is habitual. And it can be a bad habit to be defensive because sometimes it's not warranted and it's just showing insecurity. But in this particular case, you may have someone who is trying to lay blame on you. And if you really feel like you tried to make another relationship work and it couldn't, then there's nothing to defend, I guess, but you may have to do so anyway for some reason. The clarification card that I got was the Hierophant, and it's interesting that I got this card. This connects with Taurus, but this is a card of marriage. This is a card of tradition, of conforming to the societal norms. So how does this play into it? I don't know, because we're talking about reunion, we're talking about soulmates, and you may be with somebody else, and maybe that's part of the decision. It's like, should I stay with this person or not? You may decide to stay with this person that you're with right now, even if you're not getting along. Maybe you have children. But this can also be about you framing your situation in a spiritual context. Maybe you're feeling defensive because you feel like you're being selfish, and you're thinking that you're just doing something for your own gratification. And when you think about it at a deeper level, you realize that you're doing it because you deserve happiness, and by you being happy, you will make other people happy as well. That you being miserable doesn't serve the world. And that there's a spiritual reason for why everything is occurring. That it's not just randomly occurring. Okay, Scorpio. Well, you know, with Scorpio, it's always going to be quite deep. So I hope that this resonated, at least in parts. And if you'd like a private reading, the link is below this video. Take care. Bye.